Peugeot opens up the 7-seat electric car market with a 311-mile, sensibly sized new SUV. 7-seat electric cars have been in short supply for some time. Other than a handful of fairly short-range, van-based options, the Mercedes-Benz EQB had the market to itself for a few years, with the bigger Kia EV9 only arriving last year. And now the new Peugeot e-5008 has joined the fray. Based on Peugeot parent company, Stellantis's new STLA medium platform, the third-generation 5008 comes as a 1.2-liter petrol hybrid, a 1.6 petrol plug-in hybrid, with an electric-only range of 48 miles, or a full EV, which we're focusing on here. Design and styling. The e-5008 isn't the prettiest of Peugeot's rather handsome current lineup, but it does manage a decent balance of proportions, sharp lines, and inoffensive modernity, and that geometric wheel design is pretty cool. The ultra-slim LED headlights are a bit squinty for us, and the body-colored grille has now grown to such proportions that it appears the entire front end has become a massive cheese grater. Regardless, nobody is likely to buy the e-5008 because it looks great, but they're also very unlikely to be put off by the looks. It's all about the usefulness, really, and for that the e-5008 is rather impressive. Based very closely on the smaller Peugeot e-3008, which also sits on the Stellantis STLA medium platform, the e-5008 is 4.79 meters long, 1.69 meters tall, and 2.1 meters wide, including mirrors. Usefully more compact than the Kia EV9, then, and usefully bigger than the Mercedes EQB, and cheaper than both. Initially you can get the e-5008 only, with a 7-seat layout, but Peugeot executives say that a cheaper, 5-seat version is quite likely. Interior. We will start at the back of the e-5008, because it's the space and versatility that's really going to sell this car. The boot release is hidden in an annoyingly small crevice, in between the boot lid and bumper, which can make your fingers very mucky when you're opening the boot. Inside, though, it's a happier story, as you get 748 liters of boot space in 5-seat mode, including some underfloor storage that's good for your charging cables, and that also has fixings so that you can stow the load bay cover securely out of the way. Up front, the dashboard is taken straight from the e-3008, which means really smart materials and a structured look, with a floating 21 inches panoramic display that houses the touchscreen infotainment system and driving information readout. The configurable iToggle shortcuts lower down the dash are useful, and while the touchscreen layout may not be quite as intuitive as the system in the Renault Scenic E-Tech Electric, especially the fiddly in-screen climate controls, the tech interface and the driving position are both hugely improved over the previous 5008 and generally promise to be easy to live with. Engines and performance. We drove the 211 bhp 73 kWh single-motor e-5008, which is just fine. In fact, it's judged well for everyday use. Sure, it's not fast, as the 9.7 0 to 62 miles per hour time suggests, but the 254 pound-feet of torque streams into action smoothly, and with built-in gusto. Drivers coming to an EV for the first time may be quite reassured by it, as it does feel rather like a petrol engine power delivery, yet it still has plenty of response when you want it. Sure, given the lingering Tesla effect, that means many people expect EVs to have mountains of performance regardless of whether it's appropriate or not. Some may want more punch. There's always the dual-motor e-5008 for that, which will likely drop 0 to 62 miles per hour to less than 7.0 sec, and who really needs more pace than that in a 2.2-ton family car. Brake pedal feel and response is okay, although it can feel quite vague in the initial travel in harder use. Friction and reg-in braking are blended pretty well, making it easy to stop the e-5008 smoothly. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for other latest videos. Thank you.